Someone once said they wouldn't trust me unless I had glasses on, so I have glasses on. I hope you trust me. Hi guys, what's up? See, that's like the typical intro that most YouTubers do, and I try to be like mostly myself, like authentically. I would say, hey, how do I say hi to people? Hi, how are you? Hi, how's it going? I hope you're well. Quick update with me. I've been taking care of my mom. Sorry, I'm shaking the table. I've been taking care of my mom. She had surgery the day before yesterday. She's in recovery, doing pretty well. I won't go too much into detail about that, but she's doing okay. So I've been a little busy playing nurse, which is fun. Fun fact, I used to want to be a nurse, but I wasn't smart enough. Quote unquote smart enough, aka I could not for the life of me pass microbiology. That doesn't mean I'm not smart. I know that. But in my head I used to think that. Anyways, the title of this video is, I have my notes again if you see me looking down, sorry. I'm not too good at like remembering and then saying, so I have to have notes. Title of this video is wondering why everyone hates me, dude. In the sense of, dude, why does everyone hate me? That's a common thing I say in my head often, obviously. So it's like my go-to line. It's like, why does so-and-so hate me when I feel rejected? Or what did I do wrong? I tend to like self-victimize in the sense of like, why is it me? You know? In a way, it's like I would be like, why is this happening to me? Why do they hate me? Because it's a me, like self-centered, whatever. But I don't like putting myself in like a victim-me mentality, because I feel like it's kind of like whiny behavior, and I don't want to be whiny as much as like I really am like a whiny girl sometimes. I used to be a whiny little girl when I was little, but for my self-esteem, I've noticed if I tend to be less victim-y, like, why does everything happen to me, blah, blah, you know, and I'm not like clocking anyone, that was me. The more I've grown up, the more I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be that way, and I tend to live my life way happier when I realize like, oh, chill, like, it doesn't have to be that way, just fix your mindset. And a big problem that I had was, though, I would dismiss it and I'd be like ignoring, like, no, nothing ever happened, I'm fine. And then I'm like, I don't feel good. Like, I've been holding on to this like feeling of something I was feeling, but like ignoring it. And it's important to like not ignore these feelings that you feel of like rejection. Acknowledge it, hold on to it, be like, oh, I'm getting rejected, you know, like they are rejecting my friendship, relationship, bring it to me. Yeah, sorry, F yeah. I'm getting rejected. And not to like toot my own horn, but I wouldn't really get rejected from like dudes. I'm talking like in high school or whatever, but I have some accomplishments, you know, like there was no guy I've ever liked that was like, no, I don't like you. Even like when we were younger, there was like, oh, I had this major crush on this guy, and then years later it turns out he's like, no, I always liked you, do you want to date? Like, I'm getting married, sorry. But you know, I was like, ooh, period. But I'm being funny anyways. So if you don't get rejected often, it's kind of like the more you get rejected, the more it's like, whatever. However, I do understand, like, for me, I'm like, again, I always say in these videos, I'm talking about my experiences and like how I've dealt with them and how I'm dealing with them, just kind of like a little FaceTime communication type thing. So like it is more like hurtful, and I tend to go back into my victim me mentality when it's something like important to me, like a friendship that I was really really hoping would work and it's like no, or family members that I'm like, oh, you know, like I would really love to get to know you on a deeper level, like, but it's like it doesn't work for whatever reason. It's like, what the heck is going on? I'm doing everything correctly, I'm being polite, I'm reaching out, you know, you buy gifts, which I really don't think is like a good way to set a foundation, although I do love me some gifts. But I don't think it's the smart thing to do to like buy people's relationships, only because I've been in a relationship like that before where it doesn't work out as much as like there's nothing deeper there. I'm out of water. Oh my gosh. Matching. I'm out of breath. So like I was saying, I tend to go back to like my victim-y mentality when it's like hurtful, like, oh, that one really hurt. But if I'm like saying hi to my neighbor and she like ignores me, that one I'm like, okay, whatever, that one doesn't bother me. But it's like something deeper, it's like, ooh, why does that bother me? However, I will tell you something. I'm itchy, I'm so sorry, I'm itchy. And I burped, excuse me. One thing that I did want to get across in this video is something that I learned when trying to force relationships, friendships, platonic ships, any ships. Do not force it, do not go against the grain, because I see it as like the universe, like we are living on Earth, you know, the universe, God, if you will, whatever the hell you want to believe in. I really, whatever. I do believe like the universe is in charge. Clearly, whatever you want to put in place of that, I respect it, I love you, yay. Okay. The way things work, the universe, reset, you going to try to be friends with the neighbor across the street and them not like reciprocating, I see it as like the universe protecting you. Like, hey, maybe this girl or guy is not good for you. Maybe their brother is going to harm your brother. And you know, you can avoid all that cringe and disgust if you just simply don't become friends with your neighbor, you know? So I really do believe the universe protects us from, like I said, relationships, the umbrella of relationships, by not like letting it blossom. And I've had multiple instances where I'm like, no, like let me try again, they really just don't get me. Let me try it now and now and now, and it's like, you should have stopped like 5 times ago. What aren't you getting it? And eventually you end up getting hurt physically, mentally, whatever, and it's like, why me? Where you have like the universe shaking its head like, I freaking told you, what are you doing? So if you can avoid all that pain, just go with your gut and like, you know in your heart you're doing something good and reaching out to this person and it's not reciprocated, it's do not take it personal. I'm telling myself, don't take it personal. The universe is protecting me and preventing me from being hurt, you know? And every time I have that go back feeling of like, why does everyone hate me? It's not, I promise. Because like I said in the other video I posted, like if they really got to know me and they knew me for me, it's impossible to hate me. Like, I'm really nice. And if they don't vibe with me, then it's just not a match. And that goes with friendships, platonic ships, relationships, any type of ships, like I've said. I think that's all on my notes here. But the big takeaway, I guess, was that lesson that I've learned way too many times. And I think now at the ripe age of 28, I feel like, okay, I will not go against the grain any longer. Promise. But I think that concludes my video. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Let me know if you've gone through something similar. A lip combo, let me show you. I really like this lip combo, TBH. I tried it on, I just pulled it from my drawer and I'm like, hey, actually this goes pretty well. I'm surprised how much I loved the Tower 28 glosses, and it lasts me a long time. That's the gloss that I have on. It's very comfy. And you have to get the artist. Sorry, I'm shaking it. Did you guys feel the earthquake the other day? If you're in California, that was kind of scary. I didn't feel it, but my phone went off and I was on the toilet, but my brother was like, oh, there's an earthquake, and I was like, huh? And I saw my thing and I'm like, is it coming? And he's like, no, it's happening. Anyways, you have to make sure it's the Artist Color Pencil Extreme, because those last. I can drink water, I can eat, I can do anything, and this thing is on my lips. But it has to be this is the color Wherever Walnut. But yeah, that's what I have on my lips, and I think that's it. I will see you guys in my next video, but till then, have a good weekend. Right? It's Friday? I think so. Okay, bye.